Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me pin this question of the day and we can get started. Hello, YouTube. We are talking about doing a mindset makeover when you want to be a freelance writer. There, well, let me start by saying this. Freelance writing is really sort of like a lifestyle business. A lifestyle business meaning you're not necessarily creating the business for you to be able to make billions of dollars. Like you're not building like a Facebook or some sort of a big app. You're providing a service, a one-on-one service for in my example, I provide freelance writing services for companies, um, and I make a really great living. But you can sort of decide how much money you want to be able to make. Some people just want to be able to do it part time. Other people want to be able to do it full time, make full time dollars, working part time hours. There's all sorts of ways that you can sort of arrange your freelance writing business, but it is mostly a lifestyle business. And because of that, people can sort of get really casual about how it is that they run their business. And then they sort of get tired in running the business and they're wondering why they're not achieving the type of success that they want to get. They wonder why they're not getting the clients they want to be able to get. And so it's really important to remember that even though you have a lifestyle business as a freelance writer, you're still in the business of serving people, right? So, how do I know all of this? Well, my name is Helana Black. I have been a freelance writer now for 8 years as of the recording of this video. I started off writing blog posts for companies for like $9 a pop. Lie to you not. I started writing blog posts for $9 each. These days, I'm writing blog posts for a minimum of $500. And I've written a blog post for as much as $1,500, depending on the difficulty of the content and generally how long they are. Usually 1 to 2 pages. Um, and so there's a few things that I did to be able to create a stronger mindset as far as the creation of my business is concerned. So one of the first things that I have done to be able to create a successful freelance writing business is to create systems. I have several systems that I have created. One of them is marketing. I do marketing just about every day. I have a whole system that I use to be able to use LinkedIn to be able to find appropriate content marketing clients. I have a system on how I use my time on a day to day basis. I have a way to be able to block out time in my daily calendar that I use to figure out, okay, I'm doing marketing during this time. Doing client projects during this block of time. Um, I have time to be able to speak to new clients. Like when I'm onboarding a new client and we want to be able to speak on the phone with each other just to make sure that we're a good fit, I have a time blocked in my schedule to be able to make sure that I'm available to be able to take those phone calls. I have a system on how to get paid. I have an invoicing system. Um, I have ways for them to be, send out an invoice to them using a particular piece of software. I use Zero, but there are many others. Um, and I have a way for different types of companies to be able to pay me in the way that makes most sense for them. Most of the companies that I work with, they will do like a direct deposit. For smaller companies or for when I'm working with individual clients, like I'm a freelance writing coach, they might want to use PayPal to be able to pay me. So I have all different ways for people to be able to pay me. This is a system. I have a system for being able to choose who is the best sort of client for me to be able to work with. I did a video the other day, I think it was yesterday, where I was talking about how I want to be able to make $10,000 per month in my freelance writing business. And so what I did was I had to go back and look at the clients that I've worked with. I have a whole spreadsheet, and every month I'm able to see how much money I'm making on in the types of projects that I'm working on. And so I looked at the type of companies that I was working with that were paying me the most money. Who's paying me the most money for generally doing the least amount of work and spending the least amount of time on it? And how can I double up on those clients? That's a system. Being able to figure that out and following that system out. And then I have a goal setting system. How do you know that you're doing a good job in your business? Yes, you want to be able to see um, the money increasing in your business, but how are you able to know that your clients are happy with the work that you're doing? That in and of itself is a system. So create systems in your business is what I'm trying to tell you. You need a variety of systems to be able to run a business. What I see a lot of freelance writers do, they just wake up in the morning and they just get on Upwork, sort of haphazardly, and they sort of wait for the jobs to show up. Who's looking for someone, and then they sort of use a reactionary um, they use a reactionary um, way of looking at picking up their clients instead of saying, I want this sort of clients, and I'm going to go pitch to these clients. That's what I do. I don't use any of these, go on Indeed or um, Upwork or any of these other freelance writing sites because they don't pay well. They don't pay well. So if you want to be a successful freelance writer, you have to create systems. So next thing, if you're doing a mindset makeover and you want to be a successful freelance writer, you're going to have to learn new skills. Now, when you have a regular job, there's usually some sort of trade. If it's a halfway decent job, they will offer some sort of a training for you to be able to participate in once a year, twice a year, 4 times a year. When you have your own freelance writing business, you are responsible for figuring out what it is that you need to learn and when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, um, what type of training you're going to go to. Is this, are you going to conferences? Or is this something that you're going to pay for? Are you reading books? Are you just talking to people in your field to figure out what's going on? Excuse me. You got to teach yourself how to learn new skills. And learning how to learn is a skill in and of itself. A lot of people have a hard time doing this. I have figured out along this way. It's like if somebody doesn't put this opportunity for them to learn in front of their face, they won't do it. So you have to sort of take charge of what it is that you're learning in your business. So for a lot of us, we start our businesses with doing blog posts. Blog posts are awesome. Businesses are always going to need blog posts to be able to feed the internet. If you know anything about search engine optimization, you understand that um, Google works using words. And so blog posts are the thing that companies use to be able to bring more people to their website, right? So some things that you might want to use to be able to improve what it is that you're doing is you might want to take a course on SEO, or just, really, you don't even need a course on SEO. You can read free things on the internet, plenty of free stuff on the internet, free ebooks on all sorts of things. You can go on Udemy, all sorts of things to be able to learn the basics of SEO if that's what you need to do. But there are also other types of higher value writing than just the blog posts. I do B2B writing, which is business to business. I'm in the business to business space. And so I get a lot of requests for things like writing ebooks. Um, some places they have actual print books that I have written. They might want you to do things like white papers, customer case studies. Someone was asking me the other day if I knew how to do infographics, not necessarily because I'm a writer. I don't do graphic design, but can you think through the process of writing an infographic? And that was the first time anybody has ever asked that of me. And I'm actually considering adding that to my list of skills that I would be able to offer to a company, because I thought it was really interesting. Because you see infographics all the time on the internet. If you look on social media, you'll see people use infographics to be able to explain a process of whatever it is that they do in a particular company. And I don't know many freelance writers who specifically focus on infographics, but I think I would like to be able to do that better. So I'm looking for a way for me to be able to start to think of how to do that so I can create and put it into my own portfolio. Um, you may want to learn how to do persuasive writing. How do you persuade people to buy the thing that you are writing about? Particularly if you want to get into um, writing lead magnets or writing sales pages. Persuasive writing is a skill that all of us can learn how to do. If you want to do email marketing, persuasive writing is going to be very important. So, if you want to have a mindset makeover and have a more successful freelance writing business, you're going to have to learn how to learn new skills. Next thing is you're going to have to learn how to deal with rejection. I get rejected every day, multiple times in the day, as a freelance writer. And I do not let it get in the way of my goals or what it is that I'm looking for in my business. This is particularly important right now because I'm hearing so many of the newer freelance writers talk a lot of fear because of the use of artificial intelligence and chat GPT and the work that they're doing, and that they are afraid that AI is going to take over their job. And what I try to explain to people is if you're working with bottom of the barrel clients, the ones who are paying you very little money, then yeah, your job is pretty much gone. But if you work with companies that want writers who know what they're doing, then you will always have work. Writers will never go out of style. I don't care what anybody says, at least not for right now. Now, 10 years from now, it might be something else. But even then, if you approach your freelance writing business as the professional that you are, and you focus on learning high value skills that cannot be repeated that cannot be taken over by AI, then you'll be fine. As a matter of fact, people will pay you more money for your skill because they'll know that you're better than the bottom of the barrel writers, right? So learn how to deal with rejection. You have to detach yourself from the outcome, focus on the systems that we've talked about in step number one. Um, and remember that when there are shifts in business, like artificial intelligence or, all the layoffs that are going on in these companies. None of this has anything to do with you and your business. Focus your mind on the goal at hand. Focus on what it is that you can control, which is your systems, what it is you're learning, and how it is that you present yourself to companies. And people will always find a way to be able to hire you. You'll be great. So learn how to accept rejection. And then finally, if you want to do your mindset makeover and be able to create a successful freelance writing business, then you should have space for you to be able to do other types of writing other than just your content writing. Every other content writer that I know, we always have other dreams of doing other sorts of writing, right? And so what happens is that you get so caught up in doing your content writing for other companies that you forget about the stuff that you want to do for yourself. And remember, when you have your own business, no one tells you, no one dictates how it is that you spend your time. You are responsible for it. So you have to make sure that you decide what it is that you're going to focus on, when you're going to focus on it, and then just go around making a plan to be able to do that other type of writing. I don't care if you want to do magazine articles, if you want to do travel writing, God bless you. If you want to write a novel, all of those other things that you want to do, you can certainly do when you have a freelance writing business, but you have to make a space in it for you. What I'm trying to tell you when you're doing a mindset makeover, all of these suggestions is you must approach your freelance writing business as a business and stop looking at it as something casual you do on the weekends, something that you do for fun, because it's not. I know some people who have super struggling businesses. I was certainly one of them in the early years. And then I know people who are making multiple six figures with their writing business. And that's where I would like to be. So that's what I have for you today. Question of the day: what do you want your freelance writing business to do for you? I have been able to take my freelance writing business over the last 5 years, and I've been able to live and travel in 7 different countries since I've started. This was 5 years ago. So I was about 3 years into my freelance writing business. What do you want your business to do for you? Since I've been able to take my business with me overseas, I've had more time to be able to spend on my personal health. I've learned all sorts of new skills. I've become a runner. I've had more time to be able to focus on learning how to prepare food in the way that I want to. I've gotten into being outdoors. I've learned meditation, all sorts of really fun things that I would not have done had I stayed in the United States. So what do you want your business, your freelance writing business, to do for you? And that's really the thing that you should start thinking about if you want to have a more successful freelance writing business. And you just have to be able to make some shifts in your mindset. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to answer today's question, what do you want your freelance writing business to do for you? You can put it in the comment section so I can see it and answer you later on. But also, if you want to sit down and do a one-on-one session with me for me to help you with your freelance writing business, if you have a couple questions that would help you improve the sort of clients that you're going for in your freelance writing business, I can help you with that. You can go to helanablack.com and then click on freelance writing coaching, and you can set up your appointment there. So have a great day. Peace.